Lucifer anti-neos. So here we go with Lilith. This is the reincarnation of Lilith, who was the first wife of Adam, and she was always almost equivalent to him in size, and he couldn't stand her because she was such a domineering female, and Adam liked to have his way in all things, and Lilith liked to have her way in all things. So here we've got Lilith, the first wife of Adam. That's the famous painting, which I love. And if you think of Proto-Adam, you might ask, what is he? Well, Proto-Adam was the source visiting chaos. And when he visits chaos, of course, we have to go down the Feigenbaum period doublet. I'm going to show the diagram again. You can always look back, which goes from 1 to 2. So Lilith is the source visiting chaos, with Proto-Adam looking back at the source, which is himself. So think of it as the Roman god that had two faces. So that, think of the assemblage point, this ball of Higgs boson in ice space that is on the energy body, and the inner bit glows extremely brightly on males, and the outer bit glows extremely brightly on females. There's still think of the point of consciousness this free space being the same, but it's simply solitonic. It's like a rubber sheet. It's got a top face and a bottom face. They're no different. So Lilith and Proto-Adam, the source, are the same. They've just displayed the solitonic nature of consciousness, and that's the problem with all of this. The physics and maths are so alien and so abstruse down the road I've gone. We're achieving God physics or source physics. No physicist on the planet would understand a word of what I was talking about until I explained it in extensive detail, and then they get many Nobel Prizes. That's why Elon Musk and his facility were desperate to find out the true physics, which the aliens are using. But one can see that Adam is incomplete without Lilith. Lilith can be thought of as that aspect of the source that looks at chaos, while Proto-Adam remembers himself as the source. So he doesn't move from being the source, but can observe chaos using that aspect of himself, herself, which is the Lilith. Like an assemblage point. Once you become truly enlightened, you can use both aspects of the assemblage point, look within and look without simultaneously, which means, of course, you have to have the male and female merged within you. So here we've got the end of the Kali Yuga, where Kali Yuga is where basically it's all turned to evil and almost everything is unrighteous. Which is that all of Lucifer has been turned into Satan. And the authority, the Jew God, and all its creatures, it's got a matrix and it's turned everything to its filth. While in the Golden Age, Luciferic, there's no Satan, and the Jew God by definition can't exist with Lucifer in his full power. So, when this whole game, think of it as a big video game, the source goes into chaos to play the game. It knows its, the source knows he, she, whatever, is invulnerable. Goes in and has two game players, Proto-Adam and Lilith. Proto-Adam remembers he's the source, or she's the source, or it's the source, or the source is the source, while Lilith goes off exploring and gets into full combat mode and goes off fighting monsters, because remember she's the mother of monsters and by definition invulnerable to monsters. So she's the player in the game, going off killing monsters, feeding on them, blah blah blah. But of course, in order for the source to be the source, we need that Lilith and Proto-Adam are one. Married, the alchemical marriage, the Grail state. So the vehicle the source has for visiting chaos is the Grail state, where the assemblage point is bifurcated. One of the assemblage points is in the source, so you've got the lines going upwards. And of course, if you wish to look at the Grail state, Mike's got the Grail patterns. So the last of those is the Grail state. And the other one is in the center, which is Lilith, which goes through the Grail maze and then outwards to basically think of it like you're in a spacesuit to travel through a hostile environment. But the problem comes when the two split. Proto-Adam can't stand Lilith and splits from it, divorces, and becomes the lone Adam in the Garden of Eden. Whilst Lilith is split from the source and further descends into chaos and becomes the mother of demons. They're both aspects of the source, but they're split. So they have to be rejoined in order to Luciferize chaos, so the source can have it as its ever-expanding torture prison to make new source. Now, In this video, we see Kalki, who is Adam, proto-Adam, who's remembered he's the source. Because remember, when he appears in the Garden of Eden, he's forgotten he's the source. He's without his other half, and therefore has gone down Feigenbaum period-doubling, gone from one. Think, if you look at the Feigenbaum period-doubling, remember it's the line that bifurcates into two, which is the start. So you can think of the line one way. If you're think of it as movement along the line. If you look up the line to the source, look down the line, you're Lilith. But once you get the divorce between proto-Adam and Lilith, it bifurcates in two, then it goes to 4, then to 8, and to 16. So, Kalki is the unification of Lilith and proto-Adam. The horse is all the power of Lilith, the sourceness of Lilith. That's why it's white. And Kalki is the proto-Adam who's got all the sourceness he lost from Lilith going wandering down into chaos and eventually becoming the mother of all demons. Because remember, demons are matrix. How do you make matrix real? You need sourceness. Who provides the sourceness? Lilith. And if you watch the previous one, Kalki carries a sword. So this is Kalki from Wikipedia, run by the CIA. And as we've explained, he's riding a white horse, which of course is Lilith's power. We've explained Lilith in this incarnation is Taylor Swift, and wielding a fiery sword. The fiery sword's the ram's horn. The ram's horn being the ley line symbol for love, with it facing outwards, so the negative torsion field, anti-clockwise and clockwise, is facing whatever you want to use Kozyrev time density on, and the output single from the twin ram's horns coming to you. And of course it's 7 spirals each way, which gives you the 14 for the fortnight video. So Taylor is beginning to realise that she's Lilith as well, which is a bit of a problem because I want to marry her off to Kelsey, the father of the 2 imbeciles, Chad and Preston. Why? Because Adam's not madly keen, or proto-Adam, on Taylor. Why? Too domineering. So, isn't it better that I get all the power of Lilith, all the sources of Lilith from her, show her, and she goes off to be an Omega torture shell with Satan and the architect, aka Jew God Adonai, the happy ending. So the sword is the ram's horn of Kalki, and of course that's why I got the Judases to do the Grail state. They of course were agents of the Jew God and destroyed the Grail state, which is the vehicle that you use for mining chaos, which was then used to mine the source. You can go one way, you go the other way, by the Elohim, the Jew God. And I got the Elohim to destroy the sequestered Grail state vehicle and input all the Jeremiah short services and all my other services into the Elohim to destroy them and download it into the British ley line system and hence into the former assemblage point of the planet run by the Jew god and destroy the Elohim and their use of the Grail state. So you can see the Judases not, in fact, destroyed the Jew god by being possessed by the Jew god. They thought they were doing the Grail state wrong because one of the Judases tried 3 times and always got it wrong. But no, you're actually destroying, corrupting the Elohim's Grail state of your own free will. They thought they were corrupting my attempt to Grail state. Now I was corrupting the Elohim's ability to use the Grail state. So you can see why I stopped all of the Grail state videos, because the Judases completed the Elohim's destruction of the Grail state themselves, using the Grail state with all the Judases being possessed by the Elohim. The final solution for the Elohim. Now, Kalki is sitting on the white horse, which is Lilith's power. We explained that's the shelling of Lilith, and the sword is the ram's horn, which is the time density torsion fields, the 7 spirals doubled, which of course are the 7 double letters of Hebrew language, etc., etc. So it's all severely arcane language, but the ram's horn is the sword that Kalki is using. And of course, in order for Kalki to come into being, we need to completely strip Lilith of all her sourceness and leave her as a shell, trapped in chaos to be tortured by Lucifer. So, in a previous video, you see I got the American Psychic Warfare Program to accept the Poison Chalice, which is you get to destroy man's city, but in return you have to pay for my IOU because you never had anything in the first place. And as this happens, I pull you down Feigenbaum period doubling, and of course, since thanks to Sochivanov, which comes from Russian Soviet psychic warfare, only the most powerful psychic is important, and you can only raise other people to the most powerful one, and it doesn't matter if you have 1 million or 2 billion, they're only as good as the most powerful one. So it means that an American psychic warfare operator can be raised to the power of the most powerful one and then implement that procedure. But they're never more powerful than the most powerful one running the program. So adding all of the zombies in the coffins chipped up to AI does is allow AI to use the power of the most powerful psychic in ways the most powerful psychic wouldn't be using it, because their awareness would be occupied by something else. So it's basically adding, like an octopus, more tentacles to an octopus, but you're not making the octopus any more powerful. You're just adding what it can do, because you're increasing its perceptive ability. All of this stuff you'll never find anywhere else on the planet. It's just amazing what you can do on YouTube. Educate people. Now, with the American Psychic Warfare Program, they of course have to get billions to fight me, and therefore football matches, yeah, we beat him. Man City won 4 Premier Leagues in a row because of him, so we're going to prove we need billions and send us more billions, like the Jew thief gangster state of the Ukraine. If you give us more money, we can beat the Russians. If you give us more money, we'll beat Tim Reefer, which is the American Psychic Warfare Program. All powered by Taylor Swift, which of course is the reincarnation of Lilith. And of course, as this happens, the IAU is I pull them down the Feigenbaum period doubling. And with Juventus beating Man City 2-0, I pulled Taylor Swift and the American Psychic Warfare Program and everything they're using American Psychic Warfare to do into Lucifer's state. Here we pulled the American Psychic Warfare Program into the Grail zone, which is Lucifer's domain with the final Juventus Man City defeat to Juventus. So they've gone from the Hell state into Lucifer state. So all of the American Psychic Warfare operators are possessed by Lucifer. Taylor Swift possessed by Lucifer. And of course, Taylor Swift has been fully shelled to provide me with all her power for the horse, because I'm Kalki. So that was the end of Taylor Swift. She's now simply a shell occupied by Lucifer, who's torturing her. And the only torture that seems fun for me, and I control Lucifer, is for her to marry Kelsey and have the Chad and Preston imbeciles, and then of course to get into the gold digger Kelsey, milking her dry and ruining her and making her life a misery, and divorcing her and taking a huge portion of her fortune. Happy ending. And then of course pulling her into Omega Hellization with Satan and the Jew God and all the Jews and everything Jewish. So I can then make more White Horse from what formerly was Lucifer, Lucifer's shell, and Lucifer is controlling her to Omega Hellize and marry Kelsey and have Chad and Preston. If you don't understand how this is done and what's happening now to everyone who's my enemy, everyone in this American Psychic Warfare Program, everyone in the American Psychic Warfare Program is trying to influence and use Taylor Swift's power to change reality for, they're all Luciferized, then you've got to watch this film.
Mr. Angel, my client, Monsieur Luciferian.
Do you by chance remember the name Johnny Favorite? My interest is only in finding out if he's alive or if he's dead. You want me to check it out? I'm a private detective paying to snoop around.
Who's dating Mr. Angel?
Well, you know what they say about slugs. They always leave slime in their tracks. Are you afraid?
Yeah, I'm afraid.